Right back into it. I know you're all just hanging on the edge of your seats to see the rest of this one. Before we can get back to the evolution stone, we have to do the longest and most protracted fight in the entire game. The game got kinda confused at this part. I guess maybe because that enemy was so close to the geometry that it didn't know what to do. But we kind of encountered a soft lock here, where no matter how many times you slap him, his health never really seems to go down. I mean, if he had a health bar, that would make it a bit easier, but he doesn't. That was an oversight on the part of the people who made this game. So we just gotta keep slapping away until something happens. Commence to slapping. It just keeps going and going. Normally this enemy only takes like 2 hits. So, is he supposed to be like a sea turtle? No, those weirdly moving hind legs do not. Those are not sea turtle legs. So, how are you guys doing today? Not much to talk about when you're just caught in this infinite loop. Okay, I think there we go. Okay, we got him. Jeez Louise, that was not supposed to take that long, but hey, you gotta roll with it. So, on to the thing we actually intended to do. Let's try some new patterns. That kinda looks vaguely like a forbidden symbol, but I think it's different enough that I won't get in trouble. So if I haven't already mentioned, the general guideline for trying to get good patterns is to take an existing one that's worked before and just change the colors slightly. But it gave us the same part a second time previously. See how in the column on the right we've got body 2 twice? So we gotta try something completely different. See, there you go. We got a fancy new head. We're gonna have one of those head transplant surgeries like the Russians do. You ever see that news article about the first official head transplant? I don't think the person lived, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so body 2 isn't of particular use to us. Maybe we can just go sell it later. Like that episode of Futurama where Bender sold his body to a pawn shop. It'll be like that. Remember that? Yeah, that was a good episode. Richard Nixon and all that. I haven't actually seen the episode in probably a decade, so it's not like I can quote any of the funny parts. Okay, not having the greatest luck, but maybe this change of colors will signify something. Nope. That was not what we needed. This is the main frustration of 7th Cross Evolution. And we're out of points, so we can't do that pattern. So we gotta go smash some stuff. Did we pick up any spells? Oh, we got the fire spell. I was looking forward to that. That's always a cool thing to see.
Head.
And we get like a weird vulture head of sorts. Maybe not a vulture, but something bird-like. Speaking of birds, I was watching Off the Air the other day, you know, the Adult Swim show, and there was some kind of like large bird of prey, like maybe a hawk or a falcon, and it was able to pick up a whole freaking mountain goat and try to, carry it off, and the mountain goat was too heavy and the bird ended up dropping it. But just think, I didn't know they had that much strength that they could lift something so much greater than their own size. So speaking of Off the Air, what's the situation with whether or not that show's cancelled? There was a Reddit post and they were saying that Off the Air is done for good. But then they just put out a new episode a couple of days ago, so is it cancelled or is it not? I don't know what the status is on that. That certainly is a bizarre program. It only airs super late at night at like 2 a.m. and it's designed for stoners with all the crazy imagery, and not too many shows like that anymore, especially not on regular television. Regular TV's been all softened and safe for softened and made safe for all the 60-year-old boomers out there, and they don't want to get their sensibilities hurt. Okay, so I think we've collected enough points. Well, here's one more guy on our way, so we can definitely get at least a few more parts with all the kills we've gotten just now. There is not a single enemy on this map that can harm us at this point. We're the king of the ring, as it were. Alright, so let's see what other patterns we can do. So, yeah, that one didn't do anything for us. Let's try green. I don't think we've done enough green. Maybe we could just do like an L shape. Yeah, see what that gets us. Oh, there's something. We can finally walk upon the land. But let's see what else we can do as long as we're here. I want to use up all our points. So, what else is going on out there? What do you guys think? What do you think Rebel Taxi has been doing as of late? He's a cool guy. I'm sure he's up to some cool project or something. He had his Loki IRL comic. Of course, that was a couple of years ago, so I don't know if that's still ongoing. I guess I've kind of fallen off the wagon. I'm super out of touch, as the people on Reddit told me that one time I tried to make that tier list. I tried to make like a Smash Bros. General audience popularity tier list once, and people got really upset. They're just saying, whoever made this must just be either joking or super out of touch. What even is this? I guess the Nintendo people out there kind of live in a bubble, and they forget that there are other people out there who don't share their views, and it's always shocking to them to have an outside opinion come up to them and, what do you mean Lucario isn't well known and popular? That was so darn funny watching all those Nintendo Redditors freak the hell out, and this tier list isn't the way I want it to be. Have I ever mentioned that in a previous episode? Feels like I have. That was quite a few months ago when that happened. So by the way, we got the crab legs now, so like I was saying earlier, we can walk about the earth like the... I'm gonna stop myself in mid-sentence here. I almost said something with a very unfortunate connotation, so we're just gonna leave that be. So anywho, so crabs, huh? Let's talk about crabs. Remember that episode of South Park with the crab people? The cast of Queer Eye were all secretly crabs in human costumes, and they had their chant that they would do. Crab people, walk like crab, talk like people. Okay, we need 5 points instead of 2 to do upgrades at this point. Let's try to do something completely different. Not quite. See, when we used the letter L, we ended up with a leg, so I thought maybe there was a correlation there. So if we drew an A, that would get us an arm. But I don't think it's gonna. What else? So is the idea to draw an approximation of the part you want? Nobody knows is the thing. And we just blew through the points. And something useless. Eventually I want to challenge that boss, but I want to be well prepared. once the time comes, and of course we want to get rid of all the basic parts before we go in there. We want to be fully equipped, as it were. So what kind of animal is the level 3 skin supposed to correlate to? Because, you know, like the crab and the fish and the other levels, those are pretty easy to understand where those came from, but then you've just got like this weird like eyeball creature thing, and that it doesn't correlate to any real life beings that I know of. It's kinda out of place, you know? So last episode I was talking about the Simpsons, and you know, one day I got bored and I was looking up the official a chart of the Simpsons ratings over the years to see how it stacks up, and it's kind of hard to evaluate quite how much it's fallen from its peak, because the show's been around so long that they've changed how they measure the ratings. In the olden days, the ratings used to be measured in households, but now it's measured in viewers. And of course, a household could be like anywhere from 1 to 5 people, so it's really difficult to tell. But no matter how you slice it, the show's definitely gone down in ratings over 30 years. Okay, so here's the first boss, by the way. We can't move to get out of the way of his attacks, because this is supposed to be an RPG of sorts, even though they never really made that clear. Like a lot of things, that's never really made clear. It's like when I had a teacher once who, he made us watch the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy. You know that one. And afterwards we had like a Q&A session about the movie, and if you'd seen the movie, you'd understand why whenever somebody asked him a question, he'd just respond with, "That's never really made clear." That was a funny movie. Anyway, this boss is gonna kill us. We needed a level 2 spell to beat him, and we did not have one. It was quite foolish of us to challenge him. Like they say in that one song from the 3DO game, "Oh, you would be a fool to come and challenge me." Man, these references are just getting weird. Who the hell's gonna know what that came from? Especially since I didn't tell you the actual name of it.